Coming up on WUFT News First at 5, temperatures are expected to plummet tonight. What city officials are doing to help those in need of shelter. Derrah?
And temperatures didn't even make it to 70 today north of Marion County. I'll let you know exactly how cold it's going to get tonight coming up.
Plus, a record-breaking drug bust in Central Florida. Exactly how much fentanyl authorities say they recovered after a weeks-long investigation. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Welcome to WUFT News First at 5. I'm Kennedy Mason.
And I'm Charlize Ramos. Thanks for joining us. Temperatures continue to fall across Central Florida, and local authorities are taking notice.
We have live team coverage today. WUFT News has everything you need to know, from how to stay safe to when to expect the cold to hit.
Let's go live to WUFT's Caitlyn Schiffer, who's outside the St. Francis house. Caitlyn, temperatures are expected to drop below 45 degrees tonight.
That's right, Charlize, and because temperatures will be below the threshold, 2 Gainesville homeless shelters will be opening its doors for anyone in need of a warm place to stay tonight.
I don't think a lot of people realize they're a few steps closer to homelessness than they're not.
Neighbors in need can go to Grace Marketplace or St. Francis House. There they can receive a hot meal, shower, and access to a warm bed as they wait out the colder weather. The city activates their Cold Night Shelter program from November 1st to March 31st, when temperatures are expected to be at their coldest. St. Francis House Director of Development Caitlyn Drummett says this program gives these individuals reassurance to know they have a safe place to go.
Yeah, so it's just nice that they know they have a safe place they can go and not have to worry about where they're going to sleep overnight when it's so cold out.
The program will continue to run until overnight temperatures rise above 45 degrees. Anyone with a blue card police clearance is welcome to stay at the St. Francis House in these chilly times. In order for these facilities to continue helping those in need, organizers rely heavily on community donations. Donations can be collected from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. Reporting live at the St. Francis House, Caitlyn Schiffer, WUFT News.
Thanks, Caitlyn. It definitely is starting to get colder in North Central Florida. WUFT's Derrah joins us now with the weather forecast.
That's right, we have winds out of the north-northeast, adding a little bit of extra chill to the air. No clouds in sight over the football stadium right now. Temperatures in Gainesville at 68 degrees, 69 in Ocala, 63 in St. Augustine, and 63 in Lake City. Now, we're not seeing a whole lot of clouds due to this area of high pressure that's going to continue lifting in the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that coming up in my full weather forecast, but for right now, we're going to slowly be dropping into the 50s after sunset, and then we'll see clear skies overnight, which is going to give way to temperatures in the 40s and even 30s in some spots. We'll talk more about that, and I'll give you a closer look at the tropics coming up.
Thank you, Derrah. Definitely going to need to bundle up. Fire crews in Bradford County are investigating what caused a large barn to go up in flames. It happened Tuesday afternoon near a home on Northeast State Road 16, just before the Clay County line. This is cell phone video of the flames and smoke that could be seen from several miles. A nearby pickup truck was also heavily damaged. Officials tell us that no one was hurt in the fire. Most of the time, the Alachua County Sheriff's Office is sent to emergencies. This time, it came to them. A 30mm round showed up at Sheriff's Office today. A man found it in a garage while cleaning out a relative's home. He loaded it in his car and brought it to the Sheriff's Office parking lot. ACSO's bomb team responded immediately.
All of our employees are deputies first, detectives, they have their regular job, and then as a secondary part, they're on special teams. Fortunately, we had a couple of people, including the commander of the bomb team, that are in our detective division, so they were able to go straight out to the parking lot. They were notified immediately and quickly assessed the situation.
The round was secured safely and is no longer at the office. 4D says to call the Sheriff's Office non-emergency line.
In just under 24 hours, University of Florida President Ben Sasse is set to be inaugurated. People from all over the state and university will gather tomorrow to celebrate the inauguration of UF's 13th president. The ceremony will start at 3 p.m. at the University Auditorium. It will feature the presentation of colors by the UF ROTC Color Guard, music performed by the UF School of Music, remarks by dignitaries, the presentation of UF ceremonial symbols marking the formal conferral of authority, and President Sass's inaugural address. The event will be open to members of the UF community, alumni, and the public. We have a WUFT team heading out there tomorrow to the inauguration, and we'll get you updates from the event on November 2nd. Tune in to First at 5 this Thursday for details on the ceremony.
The newly appointed Gainesville Regional Utilities Authority will hold its second meeting this evening. Plans to replace the fifth member is expected to be addressed. The 5-member GRU Authority Board meets at the GRU Administration Building tonight at 5:30. The board will likely discuss the replacement of Dr. Tara Ezell. Ezell was elected the board's vice president chair in October, but resigned from her position before the board's inaugural meeting. In September, Governor Ron DeSantis appointed James Coates, Robert Caro, and Eric Lawson. They all happen to live outside of Gainesville. GRU is reducing its electric fuel adjustment by 5 mils. This means users of 1,000 kilowatts will save $5 on their electric bill. For residents with 800 kilowatts, $4 will be dropped from their bill. GRU is reducing its natural gas prices. Those on 25 therms can expect to save 50 cents. Those on 20 therms will drop 40 cents. These price drops come after the assessment of lower market prices for natural gas and electricity.
For the first time since 1990, the city of Gainesville is hosting a holiday parade. Sponsors have donated over $50,000 to cover the cost of the parade, including a $10,000 donation from Cox Communication. The parade will take place on December 2nd at noon on West University Avenue. Former Florida football coach Steve Spurrier will be the grand marshal of the event. Registration for the parade participants is open until November 13th. North Central Florida residents learn how to take charge of their health with the support of community wellness advocates. Wednesday's Neighbors for Neighbors Community Health Fair provided a wealth of medical education to Gainesville residents. Attendees learned about CPR techniques, dieting methods, and UF's new mobile stroke prevention unit, to name a few.
We get to understand their needs, but most importantly, we provide the resources and highlight the vast array of services that UF Health offers to the community.
Health officials hope events like these encourage people to stay in tune with their health regularly. Coming up on WUFT News First at 5, UFPD received statewide recognition.
Plus, the largest fentanyl bust in Polk County history. Who was responsible and exactly how dangerous the drugs could have been to public. All that and more coming up on WUFT News First at 5.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back. A weeks-long investigation in Polk County resulted in what deputies say is the largest drug bust in the county's history.
WUFT's Bailey Korinek is live in the studio, and Bailey, investigators say the historic bust could have hurt or killed millions of people.
In a news conference this week, Sheriff Grady Judd said there's enough fentanyl to kill 5 million people. 3 people were arrested for their involvement in the drug trafficking operation. The investigation started September 14th when undercover detectives first bought 1 kilo of cocaine containing fentanyl from Ruperto Rocha. From there, they tracked the operation to Compton, California, and back. The sheriff said the drugs travel around the country through the southern border and originate with the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico.
Sinaloa cartel is a group of very dangerous, very violent drug dealers who don't have much problem with competition because they just kill them.
Officials say the 10 kilos of fentanyl-laced drugs have a street value of $2.5 million. Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody said the fastest growing demographic of those dying to fentanyl overdose are children under 14. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration says fentanyl is 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more than heroin. Live in the newsroom, Bailey Korinek, WUFT News.
Thanks, Bailey. Citrus County Sheriff's officers are collecting old and unused prescription drugs to prevent them from being misused or abused. Officials with the CCSO say that they collected over 130 pounds of prescription drugs from their Drug Take-Back initiative Saturday. The event was hosted in collaboration between the Anti-Drug Coalition of Citrus County and DEA National Take-Back Day. If you were not able to make it out to the event, CCSO has a year-round drug take-back program at their offices in Inverness and Lecanto.
The University of Florida Police Department receives a statewide award. UFPD was named the Crime Prevention Unit of the Year for small agencies. The award was received at the 2023 Crime Prevention Association Awards. The Crime Prevention Unit at the department is tasked with providing presentations and classes for groups on campus. Some of the programs the unit has created include the Gator Emergency Medical Response Unit and the Bike Registration Initiative. If you do not have plans on Saturday, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office says they have an event for you. The Sheriff's Office will be participating in a basketball game on Saturday. The Boots and Badges All-Stars will be taking on the Fort White All-Stars. The event starts at 1 p.m. at Fort White High School. Admission is $5 and children under 5 get in for free. Derrah?
And rain chances are going to be increasing as we head into the weekend. I'll track that out for you when I see you on the other side of the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Gorgeous blue skies over Marion County right now. We have some high pressure sitting to the north, which is keeping those clouds at bay. And we also have those winds coming at us from the north, adding extra chill in the air. That dominant north flow and high wind speeds this evening. We're going to continue to see those wind speeds sit around 10 to 15, even 20 miles per hour from coast to coast. Now temperatures right now at 67 in Gainesville, already dropping from what we saw earlier, 65 in Palatka, 69 in Ocala, and 70 in the Villages. That's about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than where we were this time yesterday. So certainly a nice way to start that November. We'll continue to see those mild and breezy conditions this afternoon, and we'll be cooling down very quickly after the sun sets, and then mostly clear skies tonight, which means those temperatures are really going to be able to drop. We'll even be seeing temperatures in the upper 30s to the north of Alachua County, and then low 40s to the south of Alachua County. In Marion County, though, we're looking at temperatures in the mid 40s, getting closer to 50, but not quite making it there as we get closer to Sumter County. Now you'll definitely want to keep those layers close as you head out the door tomorrow, and then we'll be warming up, so you'll be able to lose a few layers, but not by much. We'll only be around 70 degrees. 71 will be the high tomorrow in Gainesville, with upper 60s to the north of I-10. So another chilly day in store for you. Now over the next couple of days, we'll have that high pressure continue lifting to the northeast, which is going to change our flow to the northwest, or to the northeast, excuse me, and then we'll see a couple of showers move on shore, but it'll stay along the coast. So we're looking to keep up those dry conditions over the next couple of days. So we'll slowly be climbing out of that refreshing dew point, which is the measure of moisture in the air, into even humid conditions by the weekend due to that increased Atlantic moisture. So temperatures will also be climbing with that. But speaking of the Atlantic, let's get a quick check on the tropics. We have some disorganized showers and thunderstorms associated with this trough of low pressure, which could form into a depression by the end of the week. But other than that, we'll continue to see those rain showers, especially in Central America, not looking to impact us here in the U.S. Now this cold stretch is pretty short. We'll be seeing 70s over the next couple of days, and then the 80s are back, even climbing up above average by mid next week. And don't forget to turn back those clocks Saturday night.
Coming up on sports, it's a big day for high school volleyball as 4 schools advance to states. Brantford, Oak Hall, Newberry, and Santa Fe are looking to bring home a state championship. Stay tuned for more.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Cristina, Santiago. Brantford, Newberry, Santa Fe, and Oak Hall are still alive in the state playoffs. With Newberry now facing Brantford in the Class 1A state semifinals, Brantford is looking to return to states for the first time in 4 years after defeating Union County in 4 sets. The Newberry Panthers beat Williston in 5 sets, and Oak Hall defeated Christchurch Academy in an intense 5-set battle. Brantford will now take on Newberry in the state semifinals on November 6 at 1 p.m. Oak Hall will go up against Boca Raton Christian on November 6 at 6 p.m. in the Class 2A semifinal, while tonight Santa Fe and Bishop Moore will battle it out in the regional finals in the Class 4A at 7. The Florida Gator football team did not experience a cocktail party celebration last week, making it their 3rd straight loss in the series. The 43-20 blowout loss to the Bulldogs was a harsh reality check for Florida football, while Florida's offense held their own, even setting the momentum by having the first touchdown of the game. The once number 3 ranked defense struggled, allowing nearly 500 yards and rarely added pressure to the Bulldogs quarterback Carson Beck, who was not sacked. Despite the loss, there was still an opportunity for the Gators to turn things around. And according to Gator tight end Hayden Hansen, he feels the urgency to make this comeback.
And I already feel kind of the buzz just got out of one of the recovery groups, and I already feel the urgency to get back. You know, I mean, Coach Hockey has said someone else has got to feel this pain, and we shouldn't be feeling it. So we just got to go out next week, execute against Arkansas, and take it to them.
The Gators are looking to become bowl eligible with a win over Arkansas this Saturday. Women's basketball is back, and the team is opening their season with an exhibition game against Florida Southern tonight. This year, Florida welcomes 3 new transfers: Alexia DeZico, Kenza Salgarez, and Ernie Kindred. They also added McDonald's All-American freshman Layla Reynolds to the team. On top of that, senior Sippy Broughton was officially recovered from her injury and is cleared to play for the season. Florida looks to show off their talented roster to the Gator fans in a game that has already started at 5. Gator fans will also get a glimpse of the new players on the Gator men's basketball team this Thursday at the annual Orange and Blue scrimmage. The team consists of 10 new faces from all over the globe, including players from Australia and even Lithuania. Fans can catch a look of this new roster on Thursday at 7 p.m. And to wrap things up, the Miami Heat will take on the Brooklyn Nets tonight at 7:30. That's all for sports. I'm Cristina Santiago.
Thanks, Christina. Kennedy, did you do anything fun for Halloween? I didn't get any candy, but I did dress up as Sleeping Beauty.
I love it. You know, it's funny. I saw a lot of people dressed as different characters, specifically princesses. I dress as Princess Leia. I got a lot of Reese's Pieces. You know, it was a lot of fun. And several sheriff and police departments in the area also celebrated Halloween. Take a look at your screen and you will see lots of sheriffs in the community. Lots of cool costumes too. That is spooky. Lots of candy being handed out. Oh my goodness.
I love that croc costume.
Wow, that is awesome. Oh my goodness.
That's scary.
That is scary. That's impressive. You know, I love when people go all out. I feel like I kind of just used stuff from my closet. I had like a white little long sleeve shirt and a skirt, but I love this. Before we go, one last check on the weather.
Those costumes were spooky, but not as spooky as these lows that we're going to be seeing tonight. 30s back toward the Big Bend, and then slowly climbing up into the low to mid 40s further south. This cold snap isn't going to last long, just a couple of days, and then we'll see those temperatures make their way back to average and then above average by the middle of next week. Don't forget to turn back those clocks and enjoy that extra hour of sleep Saturday night into Sunday.
Thanks, Derrah. BBC World News is next, and the PBS News Hour is coming up at 7.
But your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org. Have a good night.